So to start out, how about you just share a little bit about yourself and your artistic background?
My name is Ellen Crofts. I'm a gallery assistant here at ACC. I'm also an alumnus of ACC, have taken art classes here. And my background is I'm originally from San Antonio. I studied art at Portland State University, Reed College, Art Students League of New York, School of Visual Arts, and a lot of other places. I'm like a chronic class taker person. I think, for that community, you don't want to be in your bubble.
Can you introduce the work that you have in Exploring Uncertainty right now?
This is a work that I made this summer, and it's sort of a culmination of different things I've been doing with paper. I've been doing some series using paper that's glued, that's cut, that's torn, that's poked holes in. And so it's something I've been doing this past year, and I wanted to do something large. It's very much based on my drawings, and it's very much a result of experimenting, of layering, of spontaneous destruction and reconstruction. But it is sticking towards monochromatic and towards just paper.
Something that I find really fascinating about your work is the process of deconstructing, reconstructing, tearing, cutting, destroying. What draws you to that sort of process?
A few things. First, like I was saying, my work is very play-based, and a play is something that is a way of learning about the world and about materials. And so if you watch children play, you can see how much destruction is a part of what they do. They will destroy anything, and it's a matter of at once gaining control over our physical world, and it's also just exploring and learning about it. It goes with my material of paper, because paper is something we all know, and it's something that's ubiquitous in our world. But at the same time, can you know it even more? We know it usually as a surface, but by tearing it and ripping it up, it's a way of exploring the material.
Especially because you're drawing on a lot of these pieces of paper that you're sort of moving from a 2D artwork into a 3D.
And that's another thing about paper. Paper is traditionally 2D, so it automatically has, but it's a 3D material, so it just within the material of paper, it's suggesting to us that I'm not just flat. I'm not just a picture window into something else. I'm like a material. In my piece, I have parts that are painted on, parts that are drawn on. I would also consider my work as a painting in a way. I want to continue in my work to refer to the traditional paintings, and having this kind of near rectangular format also evokes in the viewer oh, am I looking at a picture? Am I looking at a painting? But it's not completely 3D.
About the scale of your work, is this the typical scale that you're working in, or is this one larger than normal for this style of piece?
This is larger than normal, but it is a scale that I want to continue with. It's very specifically, I think that having a large scale creates a lot of more opportunities to express kind of a maximalist aesthetic.
In your words, how do you think your work engages with the theme of uncertainty?
So when you're experimenting and destroying, rearranging, completely changing as you're in your process, you have to embrace that uncertainty. You might have a piece that's 5 feet, you completely destroy it so that it's this big. And so that was part of that. That's very uncertain what you're working with. What is it going to be? Another thing is my materials are impermanent. This is not made out of archival materials. It's made of paper and cardboard. It's already been taken apart and reconstructed. So it's the fact that it is an impermanent materials kind of reflects an uncertainty in the world. It's kind of a matter of what is the world like now? The world is messy, it's being destroyed. it's not permanent. So these are all things that are also in my work.
Maybe you could touch on the way your work navigates the space between personal identity and broader political structures.
If you think about identity as something that we perform in our world, we're like, we're taught to be this way or that way, to be in these categories. I am a woman, I am this, I am that. But if we kind of try to subvert those categories and perform our own lives in a way that we're creating our own reality, our own categories, you can also think of art making in the same vein.